Chaos.
All right,
Chaos.
so we're gonna go over. Oh, I'm gonna go over a list of the stuff that was announced. I'm just gonna go through a really quick list of some things that was in E3. After I finish with the list, then we can start talking about our favorite trailers, our favorite announcements, things like that. Anything that stood out to us. So Danny was able to provide this website that gave us a good example of a lot of the stuff that was released based on gaming studios or Xbox in general, for example. So this was from pocketlit.com. So first, for Xbox, Bethesda had announced Starfield, and Starfield is basically an Elder Scrolls in space, which is an exclusive. Arcane Studios, they have announced Redfall, which is a multiplayer shooter RPG. Halo Infinite, of course, they're going to announce, but there wasn't much to it since it was just another CGI trailer. You got Outer Worlds 2, which is a really funny
Well, they
trailer.
did. They did show the Halo multiplayer. They went in depth
Yeah,
on that, huh?
yeah. The Outer Worlds 2, which had a funny trailer, which was basically a cliche of video game trailers. So it kind of made fun of itself. Ubisoft, which they announced Rainbow Six Extraction, which is Call of Duty Zombies just with aliens. That's the gist of it. Of course, there's more to it than that. There's Mario plus Rabbids, a video game. There's Avatar, not the Last Airbender. There's Avatar,
Oh,
the
right,
James
yeah.
Cameron game, Frontiers of Pandora, which is a first-person action adventure. I got Square Enix here. So they announced Guardians of the Galaxy game, Final Fantasy Origins, which we talked about the demo, and Babylon's Fall, which was developed by Platinum Games, which is a hack and slash multiplayer online RPG. What else? So we got for Nintendo, Breath of the Wild 2, of course, Metroid Dread, WarioWare, Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot, Kazuya for Smash Brothers, a new extra character, and a game and watch system that plays three classic Zelda games, which is Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening, which was for the Game Boy. Now, aside
I
from
think they
that,
did. They also did Mario Party. I think they did no Mario Party as well.
Yeah, Mario
yeah,
Kart
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
They have well yeah, there's a Mario Party like a mash of their classic popular games or maps from other previous games. Other games that were announced not just for E3, but there was games that was announced during summer gaming that happened just before E3. So we had a full week full of like a flood of games. So it wasn't just E3. So there was Sifu, which was announced, which was like a martial arts type game, which was looking badass. Kenna, I know, or they call it Kina, I believe is how it's pronounced. Danny, I know you were looking forward to that one.
I know. I'm ready for that one.
There's Origami 2, which was a ninja stealth game, kind of like Tenchu, but more like a cell shaded art style. There's Trek to Yomi, which was, I think, was like a samurai-ish game, but I can't remember the trailer to it. Tinykin, which is basically Pikmin, just with a different art style. So that looks kind of funny. There's Atomic Heart, which I'm interested in, which is
Finally?
it's a steampunkish, yeah, it's a steampunkish first person shooter, very sci-fi-ish. There's a game called Replaced, and there is a Sea of Thieves expansion. Apparently, they're working with Disney to bring like this cool Jack Sparrow thing with like you going on an adventure with the Pirates of the Caribbean, with a Pirates of the Caribbean story. So that's all I have for my notes with the stuff that was announced. I know there's a ton more stuff that was announced and stuff like that. So if anything stands out to you guys or anything you guys are interested in talking about, the floor is
I
now
think they
open.
All
they
right, I'll
also
go
did
first.
wait real quick. They did the Nier mobile. He
Ew,
put up all the Nier games. But yeah, they're
really?
doing all the Nier. Yeah, they're doing all the Nier games mobile.
I missed that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they went on this huge bender of all these mobile games that they have. They're
that's
talking
beyond me
about,
too.
I mean, I think they're really trying to push that mobile shit. They talk more shit about that stupid Brave Exodus, which kind of makes me want to try
I
it
mean, you
now.
have that
But
Final Fantasy for Soldier stuff. You got Diablo coming to
yeah,
mobile now. Like it's
yeah,
it's
Um,
it's a thing
all
now.
the was it Ever Crisis is also going to be mobile.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ever Crisis. It's weird.
so
Oh,
I
hopefully.
really think they want to turn mobile into a good another platform, and this is how you do it by getting some of these older games first.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they, that's
People
what they
people
not
who already
hype,
have
but
a
this is what they plan on doing it.
people who already have a fan base, like they're already
Yeah,
people who have established fans. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
that could be
So
interesting.
I mean, for me, I'll just say my standout trailer that I'm excited for, and I'm not gonna take yours, Danny, since you told me what yours is. So I'm gonna pick a different one, which is my choice is Babylon's Fall, which was the multiplayer online RPG. So it's basically a hack and slash made by Platinum Games. So it's like fast paced action. It was really cool how they explained just how how deep in the RPG is. So it's more RPG than anything else because it goes more into stats and how you want to spec your characters to focus on air juggling or magic or defense and things like that on top of carrying like multiple weapons on your back in a sense, so you can switch between them and kind of like on the fly, which is kind of cool. So I can imagine like playing with all you guys and we're all just fucking hacking slashing everything to hell. So that looked like fun to me. What
Yeah, it did. I like that one. I thought it was interesting, but the only bad part is I think the that Dungeon and Dragon game is gonna come out first, and because that Dungeon and Dragons game is gonna come out first, it might, I don't know, overshadow it. But it all
overshadow
depends
it?
on what. Yeah, it all depends on if they do it right. Because I think this maybe even what people wanted what was it, Godfall to be, right
Yeah,
here. Besides, obviously, there's more RPG elements in it, but I think it's kind of what they wanted that to be,
yeah.
and that's why people are looking forward to this a little more. That's why I am. So I think that's a really exciting one. I can't wait for that.
Okay. What about your pick, Danny?
Redfall. I mean, Redfall was one of the games that really fucking stood out to me. I really want to play it. Like I was saying, it looks like what I wanted. I know that people have a huge fan base. I don't want to disrespect them, but it's what I wanted the division to be. You know, it looks like it's gonna be more hours and things and crazy shit happening, but like in this crazy open world like division. So I think that's gonna be really fun to play.
So did I understand that they explained it to be an RPG, like a multiplayer RPG game. What was it?
Hmm.
Was it supposed to look like the Division? Like, was it a tactical ish style
That's
game?
that. That's the thing. They haven't really described what the actual gameplay is. They kind of mentioned it was going to be similar to that. That this kind of craziness happening the way Division is. Obviously, it's not going to be tactical as Division, but I think it's going to be an open world game where I don't know. I want to see more. That's why
Yeah,
I'm so intrigued about it. I want
yeah,
to see more. I want to see more of what they do or what they're going to do, what they have planned.
yeah.
You know what I didn't like, and I don't know what people think about it, was that fucking Game and Watch shit. I don't know what they're thinking with that.
Fucking
Like,
terrible idea.
yeah, it is right. Like they have.
So here's what I think about that though. Like, I don't mind the idea. I don't mind that type of like. I see it as more of a collector's item than like something that you need to have. But if it's something that's like 10, $20, I will get it myself. Something I can carry around with me. But if it's something that's running like $60, like something that's like as much as a controller or a video game, no. Like you guys are
I
just
could see that
no.
because it's Nintendo. Nintendo does anything cheap.
Yeah.
Like to this day, you can't buy a fucking any Mario game that's less than $59. Like a lot of their used games are always the most expensive. I remember when I used to sell games back to GameStop back in the day before the new world came, and I used to always get tons of money back from my Mario games. I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, I saw that and I'm like, what are they fucking thinking? Who thought that was a good idea? Especially when you have like the best
It's an
handheld system
anniversary
out
thing. I
there.
mean, the
Yeah, but that's what the phone is for.
the what? Oh, the phone.
The phone,
Yeah.
like everybody else is doing it, might as well do it. And you have the best handheld system out right now with the Switch. So why would you want to try to eat into your market like that? Put it out for the Switch.
Yeah, I see it as a collectible, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how hard they try to push it as if it's something that should be taken more seriously, which I don't think it should be. Kevin, do you had any picks for any E3 stuff?
Yeah, I had a game called what the hell is it? How do you pronounce this? Euden Chronicles 100 Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
Um,
that.
uh, I'll send it to you guys. It is the best way to describe it is it looks like fucking Octopath, like the 2D characters, and then it's like on the 3D platform. I
Mm-hmm.
love that fucking type of art style. I love it, and I fell in love with the combat. The combat looks so fucking wacky. It looks like your characters are like so far back, and then it shows the enemy from like a diagonal, like an angle. So it looks like you can see your entire party, and your entire party can attack at once from what it showed. And I was like, easy cop, instant classic. I'm losing 39 hours to that first week,
So what kind of
but
game is it again?
it is an
So,
RPG.
so it's like a classic JRPG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
You said it's like what the term is isometric. I guess is what you were
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
which is like a sideways camera angle facing downward,
yeah. No, so
like
That
Breath
it
of
was it
Fire,
was
This isn't just isometric.
like Breath of
fire.
Fire
Yeah.
or Suikoden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
they compared it to the Suikoden.
Okay.
I've never
It's a
played it.
very dynamic camera.
I'm sorry. Say it
I've
again.
never played.
No, I said like it's a very dynamic camera that they're using for like the combat. Because I
Yeah.
just saw a video of it, and it's like you see a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was an instant love. Like I was like, it looks like Octopath. I need it. Like I was telling my nephew as we was watching E3, I was like, I'm getting that game. I'm getting it. It's over. I don't care what. And then I saw the date, and I was like, 2023. That's gonna hurt. But then it's like
2023.
2023.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know why you
yeah.
announced the game in
Why are you
2023. I'm
announcing a
like,
game at this
geez.
point?
Yeah.
Because there's another version of it called it is the
Uh,
same name, something else. Oh, Rising. It's Euden Chronicles Rising, and that one comes out next year. Which I was like, okay,
Okay.
that'll hold me off till I get to the RPG one. But I saw that date and I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. But then I was like, it's okay. I can wait. They have one coming out next year, and that was that and Metroid. But other than those two, I didn't really see anything crazy. Oh, and Halo. Halo looked good,
Halo Infinite,
really
like the
good.
multiplayer.
It looked really good. Enjoyed that.
you know what? The thing I'm a little disappointed in Halo is they were. It's a whole new. It's not the same exact people that have been doing the last ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's different now, so I feel like instead of coming up with brand new innovative ideas, they're kind of just stealing from everybody else's almost. Like it's just a little bit of everything of what everybody else is doing right now. Um, it's like Call of Duty, a little Modern Warfare, a little
But Apex there.
Battlefront, a little Apex in there with like the fucking grappling, all that bullshit. Like I don't know, there's nothing, and like the things they're talking about is new. It's like we have a new Warthog. They can put shit on the back of it. It's like no, I don't give a fuck about that. Like we have a hammer, so you had a hammer in the last one. Well, now you can have a grappling hook that can hook onto the hammer. Like, okay.
Yeah, they have a very specific fan base with that stuff. So I guess they would enjoy those type of things, but not so much us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they are doing um the multiplayer is going to be free, so anybody can play it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing they've announced it, and they made a big fucking deal about this, that they will not be doing loot boxes or any kind of microtransactions like that. They already announced it, and they like the other exact words. So the only thing they're doing, and the only way you can get new content, whether it be armor or skins or whatever it is by playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only thing that you're gonna have to pay for is gonna be their season stuff.
It
So
wouldn't
like
be a
whatever,
Halo if it had those things
yeah,
like loot
which
boxes
I agree.
and such. Yeah.
I agree, but with every multiplayer is trying to make money. But I guess they're gonna make money off the single player
Mhm.
campaign, because
Yeah.
that's not free. And there's gonna be tons of buttons on that thing. Would you like this game? Play the single player campaign. You'll like it just as much.
Yeah. So Randy, ever heard from you? You got anything that stood out for you?
Yay, my turn. So one that was already mentioned was Redfall.
Yes.
I really hope it doesn't end up being like the fucking Division, to be quite honest. What I saw from the trailer, it seemed like a very kind of like Left 4 Dead with vampires kind of thing.
Yes, that's what I got.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm really hoping for, like
But it's
an
not.
experience. Like, all
It's
right,
not.
well,
Yeah. It's sadly because that's exactly the vibe that I got when the trailer was released, and then after the trailer was done, I don't remember where I read it from. It was either Twitter or I read it from a website, but they explained what the game was, and it's more of an action RPG shooter type thing.
Okay.
So
Well-
yeah, there goes that.
I'm flaccid now, so thanks.
Yeah, but it still. Yeah,
But it still
is.
looks good. It still looks
Yeah,
interesting.
no, it looks really good, but at the same time, like Division was just it was boring to me. I only
Yeah.
played Division
Me
2
too.
for like a fucking week, and then I was like, all
Me
right,
too.
whatever.
I played
That's it.
We played it for less now.
Even if like you add zombies or fucking vampires or whatever the case, you're not gonna make that
Yes.
like concept good to me.
But it all
You know what I
depends
mean?
on. But the reason why Division 2 is so boring is because it's like you have this big open world, all the crazy shit you can do, but you're still shooting these little pew pew guns all look the same to me. You know, the abilities that you have aren't that different from each other. I feel like so you can't really differentiate.
Here's
Come.
that thing. Here's that thing. Like that's where like you can see that fan base split or like the preferences
Yeah.
between people because
Yeah.
like Danny's cousin Adam, he's big on Division. He loves Division. And for me, for example, I hate the Division because of its realism, because of the way it plays, because I don't like those real tactical type shooters with guns that all look the same as Danny explained. This is why I love Destiny so much because it's very sci-fi and
Take a
out
shot.
there.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
God damn it.
I was gonna jokingly say like Destiny, and you literally beat me to it.
Oh fuck! I didn't even realize it.
You didn't.
But
Him out of the
yeah.
way.
Oh man. Oh. Whew. So
There was a lot of resentment towards yourself in that shot, by the way. You just like,
because
hatred.
it almost felt like I stuck a piece of wood in my mouth because it's so smoky.
You got wood in your mouth, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you like that, don't you?
You're no longer
So
flaccid, I'll tell you that.
this is why I like Destiny because it's sci-fi. It's out there. It's outrageous. You can make it as unique as possible when it comes to character design, weapon design, monster design, all that kind of stuff. There's only so much you can do with a game that is grounded and focused on realism. So that kind of makes it boring for people. I would assume people like us because we prefer more of the fantasy setting.
Which is why I think why I mentioned in the Redfall so much because I could see it having the feel of the Division without all that tactical bullshit. It's gonna be more fantasy, more powers, more mage, tank, assassin, all that stuff that I love in RPG games, and they're gonna put that into it way more, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Just be able to blow shit up with a mage.
Well,
like
I mean, fingers crossed.
Oh, Kevin,
I
what?
like that. No, I was gonna say that I like that the game it's not gonna be as grounded as Division, as you guys previously said. I saw it and I was like, man, these characters kind of look like Fortnite characters. And then I was like, wait,
They
this is
do
not
look
For-
like Fortnite,
I was
but-
like, this is not. I was like, this is not Fortnite. And then I was like, oh, it looks
that's
cool.
not.
Keep going. No. And I was gonna say that I like that the grittiness and how gory it looks. I was like, man, this is gonna be a cool ass game. And then I instantly got the Left 4 Dead vibes. I didn't get Division so much, but I mainly got Left 4 Dead and Dying Light because I saw the abilities and I was like, not so much that it's like power based, but it's like the unrealisticness about it and how they were doing what they did. I was like, man, it's gonna be a cool ass zombie game. And then I was like, it's vampires. I was like, shit, I was close. I like how I love how the game looks. Like I hope it doesn't give that.
It's got a cool art style.
It exactly. But yeah,
So
hope it does well. Yes.
Kevin, what did you think of the Smash Brother Kazuya?
How
Are
Kazuya
you talking about-
just yeeted everybody.
Everybody off the cliff? Of course.
Yeah, that was the best
Okay.
trailer. That had to
That
be
was-
the best fucking trailer.
I'm not gonna
That was
lie.
my
I
favorite
think-
trailer. That was my favorite. Like, I had to look that made me laugh, and I had to watch that one again. You know, I didn't care about the character.
Go ahead, go ahead, Kevin.
No. I want Danny to finish because I want to get my thought out.
Because he asked you the question and then he kept on going.
Yeah. Hold on, but I was just excited about every time when he first threw the Gander off. I'm like, holy shit, that's funny. I like that. I hit it. All right, that's fine. And they show his combo. They show a 10-hit combo. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna break the game. Watch.
Yeah.
And then, and then at the end when he starts throwing off the random fucking people, I just started cracking up. But like that's it. That's awesome. That's a good way to do that.
My favorite was Kirby because I feel like everybody felt that one. There was like, no, not Kirby.
I knew what was gonna happen. I called it when he dropped Kirby though.
Yo, so he throws him and he just flies off, and I was like, good shit, Kirby, good shit. And you just see him like,
dude.
I'm like, how many people you threw down there? I love the Nintendo did that. Like out of everybody, like everybody was bitching and moaning. It was like, I wanted Jin, I wanted How Wrong, I wanted Steve. I was like,
no,
we got it. I'm glad that they're introducing a Tekken character in Smash. But the thing is that I have the issue is that there's 4 fighting game characters in Smash that I was like, it's crazy. You have Terry, you have Ken, Ryu, and now we got Kazuya, and I was like, man, good shit. And also,
in it? Is Hachi in it? In that trailer, it looked like he was fighting Hachi at one point.
No, he has the same. He's like a background character because the same thing happened to Rock Howard. So he's just standing there like, good job, Terry. Okay. You're getting beat up out there. But I love the trailer. I love the trailer. Especially the 10 string. I wonder how they're gonna start making people do like certain moves he has, like the Wind God Fist and the spinning kick and all that shit. I just want to see how he plays. Like I immediately wanted to buy the season pass just for Kazuya. I don't even care for all the other characters. Sephiroth I bought, but I was like, I need him like today.
Yeah. What do you think about?
Go ahead, Danny.
I'm sorry. You go.
Well, no, I was just gonna say because since we already talked about Redfall, which is something that Danny already talked about. Did you have anything else, Randy?
Yes, I did, and it wasn't Tekken and Smash, Danny. Fallen Aces. Did you see the trailer for that?
No, what is that?
No,
it's basically like a hand-drawn. Okay, so the enemies and the character themselves, they look like they're papercraft of sorts, but it's like 2D. All the environments are like 3D renders, but it's very like id-esque, so like Doom and fucking Wolfenstein. So it's one of those like kind of quicker paced shooters, but with melee combat in it. There's dodging mechanics, and it's set in like a kind of noir era, like environment. It looks interesting.
It looked like a comic book.
So
yeah,
what was it called?
Very bizarre.
Fallen Aces.
It almost like one of those Java games on fucking Newgrounds.
It looks like an old Shockwave game. That's actually why I like enjoyed it, because it looks like very like a Flash game.
Yeah, I think it was hurt, man, like a Flash game. I don't know about that. I can see you liking that though.
Oh, dude, fucking! It's some shit you would see on mini clip, hands down.
Dude, this looks so cool. Yeah,
right.
It really does.
I'm surprised that you didn't see it. Because one thing I wanted to say was like the
who was that from?
The game that you put the trailer for before. What the fuck was it called? The one that was like with the chainsaw leg or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh God, that's some. Oh man, I can't remember. It doesn't stand out to me anymore. It was a Doom. It was a Doom looking game. Yeah.
Fallen Aces looks like a more like a well developed Doom.
You know what it reminds me of instantly? Not that I'm saying that it looks anything like it, but it reminds me very much of 13. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
It was like comic book art style, first person shooter.
Did they remake?
They did a remake
or something.
Yeah, they did a remaster of it.
They remastered.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of, and I like 13. 13 was fun for its time. Like it's like early 2000 type of good. But it's probably boring in today's standards because it's not too much of the game. It's a basic first-person shooter with a good story, pretty much. But yeah, this looks really cool.
That's funny. Such as Max Payne, El Noir, and 13.
Yeah. So you were gonna say
Indie
something
games.
before, Danny. You were gonna ask about something else, a trailer?
Yeah. Did anybody have any impressions of that fucking Starfield thing?
They didn't really
What?
show much for it, but I'm honestly excited for it just because it's
Who was
Skyrim.
excited for it?
It's
But I heard,
Skyrim in
I mean,
space. It's Skyrim in space.
yeah.
It's a first-person space exploration like RPG.
Yeah, that's called Mass Effect.
No,
No. Mass Effect is
no.
third person. Mass Effect is
Yes,
third
Oh,
person.
they're fine.
This is first
Got it.
person, so it's
Oh,
Elder
okay.
Scrolls in space.
exactly.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
huge difference.
I got Mass Effect vibes all over this shit when I was watching. I'm like, we've done that.
Yeah.
I've been there. This is a more realistic fucking Mass Effect. Got it. Next.
Oh,
If
And
anything,
Bethesda's
might
always
even
good
nut
with the
over
story,
that.
though. Bethesda's always good with
Yeah.
their stories as well, though.
what was the other game that came out after Fallout 4 that also took place in space?
By
No, it came out after
Bethesda?
like Fallout 70. It wasn't by Bethesda.
Oh,
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome
Isn't that
game.
a first person space thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that what's gonna be the trend
But
now?
that was more of a Borderlands feel. That was a very specific art style. It had a very strange sense of humor to it, like Borderlands did. Like Bethesda tends to take their games a little bit more seriously. So
But isn't it by the people that did New Vegas though?
I have no clue, to be honest.
Because I know that New Vegas wasn't Bethesda, was it?
No, it wasn't. Ooh, now you're making me look it up.
I got it. So New Vegas.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But Outer Worlds too. Like I played the first Outer Worlds and I didn't get to go through all of it, but it was a lot of fun. So part 2 is very interesting for them to announce a new one. Of course they're gonna announce a new one because the first one did well. But Starfield is a big deal for those really like
Oh.
hardcore space fans. What's the verdict on
So all the
Vegas?
people who played,
Yeah, Obsidian.
Obsidian. Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
so everybody
Okay.
who played fucking No More Heroes and go to No Man's Sky gonna go there now.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how.
Fucking, No Man's Sky had a thing where the Mass Effect ship showed up.
Yeah.
Normandy?
They had
Yeah,
a-
the
yeah,
Normandy
they had-
showed
oh,
up. They had an expansion for it.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to hype that game a little more. It's not working. I mean, it has a
Yeah.
huge fan.
No, I mean they actually fixed a lot of the things that like they had.
It looks
fucked up
like a
on.
great game now, but it's not my type of game, and I still refuse to support them even to this day. But it
So what if-
looks fun.
What if someone was to buy it for you?
I wouldn't play it. You'd be wasting your money.
Mm.
What do you guys think of?
Well, what if
Contraband?
the online works better than Vampire Smile?
The game we've been trying to finish, or not finish, but the game we've been
No,
trying
'cause
to play for the
we
longest.
finished the co-op story, but we
Yeah.
haven't finished the challenges yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We both haven't streamed in quite a while, but for
Well,
those,
I've
for
never
those
never
who-
streamed, but
Yeah.
you.
No, but I'm saying like because you used to join in my streams, like, but this was
Mhm.
like months ago that we played that,
Mhm.
and I don't even stream that stuff anymore. But like, yeah,
Do it.
I mean, no, I still wouldn't. I still wouldn't play that game. It still gives me a really bad taste in my mouth for what it claimed to be when it first came out, and even though that
Does
it
it
made
taste like wood?
it tastes like wood. Even though it made up for that stuff with all the new stuff that it released now, I'm glad that it's doing good. Like I'm not hating on the game. I'm glad it's doing good. It does look interesting, but I can't bring myself to do it. And I'm kind of even iffy about Cyberpunk because speaking of Cyberpunk, they just recently announced that they're gonna have it back on the
Next month?
PlayStation Store next week on the 20th or 21st, I
next
think
week.
it is.
Okay.
They're gonna have it back on the PlayStation Store finally with a new patch.
And there's new patches, yeah.
Yeah, so they're working their way up. They're trying to fix things and they're trying to make up
They
for it.
still say that they don't recommend you playing it on the base game, base console.
No, the base console, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
saying PS4 Pro and up. That's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not gonna work properly, basically. Which is probably like all the rendering of backgrounds and everything as you
It's
play.
definitely the smell. It's definitely the smell of the game.
But until that becomes with the PS5, I'm
Nice.
care about it. Or some
Yeah,
of the
I got
I'm
you.
waiting. I'm waiting for the PS5 version so I can just finally get. I'll
Speaking
give it
of
a try.
speaking of expansions, let me jump us back into E3.
Yeah.
Fucking
Back to
guys,
E3.
going on
Let's
tangents.
go.
Okay, I wanted to talk about. Well, the first one it's because it's expensive, whatever. But the Marvel game that none of y'all like, I bet the Marvel Avengers game.
Fuck
I
that.
like.
Guardians of the
I have
Galaxy.
fun. Yeah, no, not that one.
Oh,
The
just a
Marvel
regular
game.
That actual
expansion.
Avengers one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that game. I have fun with it, especially on the PS5. It looks great on the PS5.
No,
You
okay.
got to
Here's
give
the
it
thing.
another try.
No, visually it might look good, but the thing is that the writing is fucking garbage. The
Yes.
mechanics
Okay.
come down. No,
Okay.
I still even
first off,
disagree with that. But go
what, that
ahead.
the writing is garbage.
Yeah, it's very comic bookish, like it should be.
Yeah, I thought
No,
it
but
is.
there's
It's
there's
perfect.
there's there's comic book, and then there's like cringe fucking Wattpad writing.
No.
This
There's
was
a
some like
lot of
really,
crazy. There's a lot of
dude.
crazy things that happen in a comic book.
The whole fucking thing
Yeah.
was just like it was a self-insert fanfic writer, because that's what she
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
She was a flat out redditor, if
Exactly what
anything.
it
It
was.
was just like, I don't know. Everything was it was. She was a Mary Sue. Her
I
character just sucked. She was two-dimensional
God
as
damn it.
shit.
I'm gonna do this
Okay,
again.
but
Hold
All
here's
on.
right.
the
So,
thing.
anyways,
You're gonna go into
Danny's gonna
Destiny
talk
right
about
now?
Destiny. So,
Yeah. Hold
I
on,
don't know
hold
if we
on.
can run into
Because I gotta
Destiny.
say, so I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the art style. I can't stand the gameplay, and I'm not saying the gameplay is bad. The gameplay is a complete fucking ripoff of Destiny. Okay, there's my shot.
What? How is it rip off?
I
Oh, you
can't
mean
stand the story. I
okay,
can't stand the voice acting.
It's a ripoff of
my
Destiny.
voice
It's a
acting.
ripoff
The
of
voice acting
Division.
is kind of annoying.
It's a ripoff of
Voice acting
Division.
sucks.
It's a ripoff of so many things that I already love. Why am I gonna jump on something just because it has a Marvel label on it or Avengers or whatever it
Okay,
may
now,
be?
this is
Like
okay.
That's
no.
Now
the
this is
easy
where.
cash grab. That's the
Yeah, okay,
thing.
wait,
Yeah,
stop. This is where I'm bringing it back
yeah.
because yes, when the game first came out, obviously it's easy crash grab. It has some flaws, whatever. But I think they are doing something that no other game is doing right now. They've
Which
come out
is
with new content every month since January. Every month they have a nice expansion where it's not just a new season. Like they have a season's worth of shit every month. The first month they
okay.
did Hawkeye, then they did Hawk Girl, then they put in fucking this red thing with whatever. Like I haven't played the last two, and then there's another one with Wakanda. Like they already have
So that's what I'm gonna ask you
planned
about
out.
it because you're defending it and it's cool that you're defending it. I'm fine with that. But even though they're supportive about adding content even every month, they could add content every week. But the question is it still good? So have you played that
Again,
stuff?
I played.
Does it
Yes, I
stand out to
played.
a point where like it's worth someone else going back to it?
I played the Hawk Girl when it first came out because I was interested in finally get something new.
Hmm.
I had a blast with it. Her character I think was really fun. But then after you beat that and I maxed her out, I was like, hey, I'm bored now again.
Hmm.
The next month came out Hawkman. They did his thing. I played Hawkman.
Hawkman.
Marvel's Justice League.
I like Birdman.
So I
The rap.
played Hawkman's character,
Hawkeye,
and
I will jab you.
it was
I
a
like Redman.
continuation. It was a fun continuation from just the Hawk Girl story because you
Yeah.
know her father and everything, and the whole time travel. They did some time travel stuff, and it played great. And they had the Hulk, was it the Mysterio? He's really smart and fucking in the future. They did that version, and it was great. It was really
Maestro.
Maestro. They had the Maestro in it, and
Yeah.
as one of the bad guys. And it was
So
really fun. And then they kept
question
going. Like I might be
question
playing that this weekend.
question with the expansions. Have they added anything new, like like game mechanics wise or gameplay wise?
That's the only thing that I think everything is all storyline driven
Hmm.
in this right now. It's all describing what happened with Clint and everything, and his going back in time, and the main story with that girl. That's what the new one is. It's basically the ending of her storyline because
Hmm.
they're getting into like the Kree and all this crazy shit. You know, like they're going deep into some comic book shit, which is kind of fun. You know, like you said, it's very comic booky, but and to me, it's
Yeah.
comic booky in a good way. Of
Yeah.
how I want it. Like
I
the
don't
beginning
knock
comic book start off cheesy.
I don't
I
knock the
like this. Right
story.
now,
It's
it's
just
fun.
I can't get into the gameplay because it's just so much.
Supposedly, what
It's so much
again?
of many other games that I've played.
Yeah, and I get that, but to me, I've been having a blast with it. I was having a blast with it,
Okay.
and I especially when it came out on the PS5 because the PS4
So
did play. It was the frame rate was really rough.
so to
When
get
it-
back on topic though, you're looking forward to the trailer. I mean, sorry for the new expansion, the Black Panther expansion.
Yeah, because they have two. They announced two. One was the combination with that girl,
Mhm.
I forgot her name, and then they have the Black Panther, and then getting back to E3, I'm super excited for the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy game because I saw. I'm not sure. Did you guys, Kevin or Randy, see the gameplay footage? They had like that 15-minute or 20 whatever gameplay footage.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I'll admit. I saw like
Yeah,
a lot of thumbnails for it, but I got lazy.
Kevin,
they,
anything for you,
they
Kevin?
No, for me, I seen the game come out, and then I just kind of skipped it because I was like, it's not a
Not-
game I was really interested in.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my cup of tea.
they showed the first like 15 minutes whatever, and it's a lot of which I'm curious on how they do because again I hate when games do it when they give you options and don't follow through, but they give you like right in the beginning it's like Groot and um
Gamora.
fucking no the
Bill?
Rocket. Groot and Rocket are basically having an argument on who should use themselves as a monster to be the trap or whatever, and you have to choose which side you want to go. Oh yeah, I think Groot's gonna be the better monster. We should say him. Or I think Rock's actually the fucking little monster. And as you were going, there was a part, and then you have to like it said, "Oh, Groot's upset with you because you didn't choose him, whatever." And then as you were going, even in the middle of the game, there was a part where you had to cross a bridge, and it was Drax picked up Groot and Rocket. And said, I'm gonna throw him over. And you had an option, though, put him down, we'll figure out another way to get around, or sure, throw him, see what happens. Except that was
Yeah.
funny as fuck. And he threw him.
I
And he
I
threw him
kind
across
of
the thing.
I
And
kind of
Rocket
got
was
that
like, oh.
I kind of got that vibe of a Telltale games, like those
I was
Telltale
about to
games.
say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind
kind
of
of
like
like
that.
a
Groot will
Telltale.
remember
I'm
that.
curious.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it does. And then the gameplay played a little bit like, well, I thought it played a little bit like the Final Fantasy remake because, you only play as Star-Lord.
Mhm.
And it did do which is, it's hard for me to watch Star Lord or any of those characters right now because all you think of is the movies now, especially the voices and everything, and even the character models. So they have brand new character models and brand new voices, and like the Marvel, some of the voices kind of sound the same to me. But Rocket and Star Lord do sound a little bit the same.
Mhm.
So that was a little annoying, but it was kind of fun banter as you're playing the game. They're constantly talking to each other about the things you're fighting, about the scenery, about everything. It's constantly tons of that banter. Maybe too much banter, where it might get a little annoying, but still fun, area-wise. And then you issue commands to like you do in Final Fantasy. You issue commands. So you press a button, tell the guy to do a move, they do the move, and then you fight, and that makes the game looks really fun. So I'm actually super excited about that, and that comes out this year too. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me put it this
to
way:
anyway.
the way that you described that, it sounds a lot better than what Avengers is already. With
Yes,
banter,
yeah, you are right. You are right.
with banter, it okay for me. Video games also like aside from like the story being solid, I also like really good voice acting. Even if it's like cheesy in a bad kind of way, I do enjoy that if it's the novelty of it, like Deadly Premonition. The voice acting was fucking garbage, but it's because it was like satirical. It was Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks isn't exactly that like serious per se. Now, Avengers took itself too seriously with really shit voice acting, and I get it, it's comic booky, but at the same time, there's a huge difference between Robert Downey Jr. being like awkward in a situation and then the way that they portrayed Bruce Banner in the Avengers where he's like uh oh okay I'm weird just stumbling over every fucking word, and it's like come on, that's irritating to me. Because at that point you're trying to make, oh, hey, I'm the Hulk. When I'm not angry, I'm quirky.
Yeah, it
No,
had some really. It did have some really really bad dialogue in the
but
first in the base game. It
in
really did.
Kamala, at some
But
point, she's like, Hulk? smash.
Yeah, it was really
That's your
bad.
command. Dude, shut
Yeah,
the fuck up.
it did. But the Guardians of the Galaxy had really fun dialogue. Again, the banter and while you're fighting, could be annoying, but the main dialogue, the main storyline banter, really funny. There was like one line that had me dying. It was like, "Oh, we must figure out a way to penetrate this, to impregnate this fortress or something like that." And he goes, "Anybody who can impregnate the fortress, it's gonna beat Star Lord." Because it's like a quick
Yeah,
comment, like,
and
dude,
that goes
that made you
into
guys
the
laugh
character.
already, Exactly. And so I think they had lots of lines like that throughout the entire thing, and that's what I'm excited most. And you see them, they're constantly fighting and doing stuff, and it's like, group, put that away, put that down, or don't pick up. Oh, you picked up the guy. All right, fine. I guess we're doing this. You know, so I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be really fun. And then again, it's the DSX world, so they know how to build those grand worlds. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what they do with that when you go to the marketplace and you see all these people, and you know, so I'm really excited about that one. I think that's going to be I think it's an underrated hit.
Okay. We lost
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin's
for a
good.
bit.
Yeah, his
So
fucking camera's
he'll be
so
back
fuck-
on that. But I wanted to mention oh, there he goes. So I wanted to mention another game that I was interested in, which
Flights and
was
Castle.
Metroid Dread,
No.
which is the cocktail that I was that I just made right there. So which is why I made the cocktail for today. Metroid Dread was I honestly was excited for it. I was kind of pissed off when I first heard the Metroid 4, like another announcement that they're working on Metroid Prime 4, and it was nothing but a title screen. Like that's all it was. And
So I'm
then
confused. Metroid Prime. That's the question I was gonna have. Is it Metroid 5 is supposed to be coming up, or Part 4?
No, okay. So for Prime, it's 4.
Prime
For
is 4.
Metroid itself, it's 5. Because
Yes.
Prime
Which
is a
one's
separate
Prime?
thing. Prime is a first-person shooter.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
Prime is the first person. So Prime
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
one I thought that everybody was
So
excited for.
Dread
But people
takes
don't want that.
place. Dread.
No, we
No,
want
people want
Prime,
that.
except
Yeah.
that Prime
Okay.
was like it was announced, then delayed, then scrapped, and now it's announced again. So it's back in development.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had to restart everything. But so the funny thing is that
They had like
Metroid Dread is actually a game that they have been somewhat working on for the past 15 years. Being that after the last game that they had released, that was actually a side-scrolling Metroid game, was like was pretty much 15 years ago. They were throwing around this title called Metroid Dread, and you'd never really heard anything about it ever since. And now they finally released this, so Metroid Dread. They're finally using that title, and it's old school, just a beautiful looking side-scrolling Metroid game, except now it's got more of this horror feel to it because you're constantly being chased by
Emmy.
this robot thing called Emmy. So it looks a lot of fun. It looks really cool. It's got a bunch of new moves that Samus can do now. So I'm looking forward to like the new stuff finally that Samus can do. Because I can understand after a while a lot of people can find the franchise a bit stale when you're kind of just collecting the same powers over and over and over again. So this is bringing along a couple of new things here and there, like a slide and like a magnetic grip for the walls and stuff like that. So that it looked a lot of fun. So I was very interested for that one.
It looks like a faster paced Fusion.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And Fusion was already kind of fast for what it was.
There he
But
is.
hey, the cool thing about like the whole Emmy like chasing you down is they showed off a bunch of different ones because there was white, which is base, and there's yellow that was like really fast. Green, you were able to hide from in the shadows, so there's like stealth mechanics if anything. And
Surprised you remember
I
that.
think they had a red one. Dude, Metroid? Gimme.
Yeah.
Gimme. Please gimme.
So you like the trailer too?
Oh, I loved it. I honestly
Yeah.
loved it. That one also has like a really good set of amiibos that I, even if it's like a pay to fucking win kind of thing, I think I would actually get that one.
Yeah.
Here's my take on the Dread. I do not like you guys, you showed a few games that are like the Metroid games or the Castlevania. I don't like them because whenever I think of those games, I think of Metroid. But when I
That
saw this,
the
because
Metroid
this
is.
is
But that's why they're Metroidvanias.
exactly. So what I always say is, I just want to play. I'd rather play a Metroid game than fucking play this fucking game. That's always my go-to thing. I really always think that. So when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, I'll play this. I definitely fucking play. I honestly would get a Switch just to play that fucking game because it is the Metroid game that everybody keeps trying to make. I think to me, everybody keeps trying to copy this formula. So I'd rather just have the source and play the fucking source than play all these fucking bad copies of it. And I
Well,
was
you're
super
kind
excited by
of,
the
to
way
be
it looked.
honest,
But that's
to be honest,
again, that's just me.
you're kind of limiting yourself with that because you're missing out on a lot of
Don't like.
things. I get
Play
that you
them.
can.
I play them every time I play one.
I think you're playing the
every,
wrong things, and that's
I play
because
that one with that dummy, the one you have me. They're not that exciting to me. They're not that. We played
Dummy's
two of
a
them
fun fact.
on your Switch. Just they're not that exciting. They're really not to
I
me
the
anyway.
game, but
And I
that's
can
what I'm
see
saying
why
though.
people like it.
The things that I had on my Switch, I could understand that. Like the ones that I had on my Switch, they're very much clones, I guess you can say, if you're putting it that way, like of
Yeah.
original Metroid or original Castlevania. But there are some very unique things that have the basic formula of of a Metroidvania, but they have their own spin on it or all star. Remember what I said about Biomutant is that it's a mishmash of a lot of things, but it still doesn't have his own identity, which is why I think it still sucks because it just doesn't have
Which
its
is,
own thing. So a lot of
but when
there's a lot of Metroidvanias out there that still have its own identity and it sticks out. For example, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is fucking amazing.
I play Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight is a
Played Hollow Knight.
Souls-like Metroidvania that could eat shit because it's really good and it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Hollow Knight was fun, but again, it just made me want to play the original source. And this, when I saw this, like nothing about this made me go, no, fuck it. Everything
Mm.
about that for some reason made me go, I want to play that. Holy shit, this looks great. Oh my god, I want to see the robot thing. At first, when they first show it, they're like, the first thing you see in the bottom is not actual gameplay. I'm like, oh, fuck, that you show anything? But when
Yeah.
they showed the gameplay, I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. This is different. They haven't done this in a long time. I think they can make it, they have time to make it really done really well. So I'm excited
Okay.
for that game. I might get a Switch for that.
So yeah, shit. I hope you do. But since we lost Kevin for a bit, Kevin, did you? I know you've been hearing the conversation at least. So what are your thoughts on the Metroid Dread?
I enjoyed it. I thought you guys were gonna start arguing again, so that's why I turned my camera on and then I turned
Mom
it
and
off
Dad are
immediately.
fighting.
I was like, I'm just gonna head out, come back later.
Dad's drinking again.
So that's why I wrote into the chat and then I just
so
left.
Danny's the mom then, huh?
Yeah, probably.
He's the
But
bottom bitch.
I did enjoy what I seen with what Brandy said earlier with the camouflage thing. Like it was like the small things that I realized, like the power up, the way she got it, and the animation for it. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it was like it looked brutal. It looked like she was in pain. I was like, I don't know what's going.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here, but I was like, this is fucking cool.
Also, the dynamic shift in view because it's like a side scroll
Oh my
throughout.
God.
But when Emmy fucking caught her, I swear to God, dude, my asshole puckered.
I am hoping that
I was
that's just
terrified.
not. I'm hoping that's not just some scripted thing that they did just for the trailer. I'm hoping that's part of the
I
game.
feel like they did. I feel like it's part of the trailer because again, when the game first started looking like that, the game started looking like that, and it said, I mean, the trailer first started looking like that, and it said not actual game footage, you know. And I don't think it is. I don't think that it's actually. It'd be awesome if they did, but I feel like it's not.
I don't think it's definitely like I don't think it's scripted at all because there was a space to avoid the pre-render in the beginning that wasn't the footage. Yeah, sure, that seemed like just like a cutscene that you could have of sorts. But once it transitioned into the actual gameplay that they showed, it did look pretty different. It looked a lot cleaner. It was like crisper, and it seems like there are going to be executions for Samus. Even what was it? The fucking parry that she had,
Yeah.
where she could like flat out
That's
uppercut and just blast. Jesus
Yeah.
fucking
It's-
Christ! Oh. This game has to come out now, dude. Like,
Hey,
When's
just
the
a
game
couple
supposed
more
to come out?
months.
Okay,
I
so
can't
It is,
wait.
it is coming out soon.
October, November, I think it is.
That's
so my
not soon
question is,
enough.
It's
when
this year.
when did they announce? When did they announce Dread? Because this is it's
2
more
days
than
Years
ago.
ago.
more than.
Oh, you
No,
mean
no,
the
no, no,
first
no, no,
time?
no, no, no. It's the first time they announced it because I've heard
They
Dread
never
for
announced
many
it.
years.
They've never announced it. That's the thing.
They never announced it.
They had leaked. What happened was after, I believe the last game was Fusion. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last side-scrolling Metroid game was Fusion, or maybe Zero. I'm not sure, but after the last Metroid side-scroller game came out, the name of the next game had leaked. So Dread was all around the internet for a while because that was supposed to be the next title of the next game, and then never happened. So they never officially announced anything for Dread.
Okay, because I've heard the name Dread. Damn, that's 2002. Jesus fucking Christ. No, but I've heard the name Dread. What was it? Especially for a Metroid game. What was it? 20?
Judge.
Huh? Like
Judge.
2016? 20 Jets? What?
Judge. Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
I got it and I was like, God damn it, my
You're an
brain.
idiot.
But I've heard it like 2015, 2016 when I started getting heavy into Nintendo, like the Switch and everything, and like it coming out. But I heard it then. But I didn't know if it was a Metroid game or if it was like something else. But I'm glad that this game is actually coming out, like a new Metroid game.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll see a Prime. You know what I mean? Prime 4.
Yes.
They announced it. So they come on. I
I'm
feel
still
like
waiting,
like
man.
Dread. I feel like Dread is like the blue balls, and then like Prime is like the climax.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about Half-Life Alex. And then like I had predicted last episode they were gonna announce Half-Life 3, and that didn't happen. But that's the same. That's the same way I feel too.
Nah, nigga.
Did they announce
do it
anything?
like
Red foreplay, because at least we're getting something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they announce anything?
Valve.
No,
Valve?
Valve, yeah.
I didn't see anything.
no.
I
They were
saw
there.
nothing from
They were-
Valve.
they-
You know what? Was it Valve or was it Xbox that announced 15 players in Among Us? I forgot which one was it. Was it?
It must have been Valve because Among Us is much more popular with the PC base.
No, it was Xbox because then it was like it's now on
Really?
Xbox. I was like,
Okay.
it's everywhere else. Like you're late, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, so my last specific thing that I was excited for was Breath of the Wild, which I called Breath of the Wild 2, which they announced as well.
No,
which
no,
was
no, no.
Nintendo.
It's as Nintendo put it, it's sequel to Breath of the Wild, and I really hope that they keep that name for the game because that would just be some dumb shit.
That would be, but they're not.
So what are you playing? Oh, Legend of Zelda sequel to Breath of the Wild.
We of the
Breath of
Wild.
too.
We of the Wild for your Nintendo Switch.
Yo,
Yeah.
but can we before you continue Breath of the Wild, can we
Yeah.
just talk about how they try to cuck everybody with that Hyrule Warrior DLC shit that they was? I was
Get
like,
that shit out of here. Get that
Wait, what?
shit out of here.
Yeah, they announced it like the
yeah.
It wasn't the Hyrule Wars. It was like the sequel.
It was the
to that
expansion.
shit.
Age of Calamity.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, this is the DLC for Breath of the Wild," and then they announced Breath of the Wild 2 after that. I was like, "Get this DLC the fuck out of here! Nobody wanted this. We
Yeah.
want Breath of the Wild 2. Start telling us about this, not that bullshit."
Yeah,
But-
yeah. They showed some gameplay for Breath of the Wild too, which they had some interesting like new skills and powers, or however you want to call it, and stuff. And then
Yeah.
floating cities. So the floating cities things actually got me a bit excited because if you follow the lore and the story of Zelda and stuff, like the floating cities was big for Skyward Sword. And I'm wondering if they're trying to reference that and bring that back into it in some sort of way. So I don't know if there's some sort of connection. Because from my understanding, and I could be completely wrong about this, because the timeline is so fucked up and convoluted. But Skyward Sword is the first of the series. It's when the curse started, or when Link started, the reincarnation cycle. and when he found the Master Sword for the first time. And I believe Breath of the Wild is the last in the series from when Ganon finally broke the curse and he's like, fuck it, this is the last time I'm going to fight you. This has to be the end of it. And pretty much that's from what I got from the ending of Breath of the Wild when I beat it, but I could be wrong. So when this second game is coming out and they show the footage, they show these floating cities and these floating islands and stuff. And I'm like, are they connecting the beginning to the end? Is this like a connection of everything just coming full circle or something? I don't know, but regardless, I'm going to fucking play it and I'm excited for it.
And I'll tell you what's my favorite thing of that whole trailer.
Yeah.
Him just swimming through dirt. I was like, how the fuck?
Oh, when he like liquefied himself and it came through the other side. Oh my god.
He just went
Hold
through.
on. Dude, all his abilities look so cool. The boulder that fell and he reversed its path.
Yeah.
So that like that's the only thing that went back in time, but everything else stayed normal. That was so fucking cool. But my favorite thing about the entire sequel, long hair Link. He looked. Oh my god.
So the character design for you?
The character design for it's. I'm gonna get down this glass of wine right now.
Yeah,
Bro.
he loves the blood.
No, not the blonde hair. Just the long hair. Because Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora had longer hair. Kingdom Hearts 3, it went shorter. I didn't like it, right? Because it looked really stupid. Because he kept his bangs and like really short hair.
Your shot, sir.
No, like that's why I said I'm gonna down this glass of wine. I already said it. I already said it.
Or something, because obviously he's got a mighty. Yeah, he's fucking
Okay.
talking about his hair. Oh, I didn't like his hair. Hair wasn't.
No,
good.
I didn't like his
But
hair.
The second one,
Oh.
and then his bangs. Oh my god, his bangs. He did not have good bangs. What the hell?
I could break down the character design entirely because in 1 it was like a youthful kind of like big hair. In 2 it showed like maturity, and then in 3 it's just like why did you give him like 2 little fucking horns in the back of his head, and then you kept the Kingdom Hearts 2 bangs? Like what's wrong with you?
Okay, that was much better description of what you said than the first time. It's like he had long hair the first time, and I didn't like. Then they gave him a haircut, like a bob.
It was just not in style.
It wasn't in style. It was not in style at all. But dude, long-haired Link. Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, now I'm gonna find on you.
If that does it for you, sure. Yeah.
No, but I do agree that it makes it look like he's gone. This is a new one. This is a sequel. You know, so I think that is kind of interesting.
I think it's good because it's also. I think it's good because it's also a reminder to everyone, like anyone who's ever played Zelda or ever or never played Zelda, and they're jumping into this game for the first time. It's just that every Link that we've ever played has always been different. Has always been a different iteration. Has always been a different reincarnation. So he's always looked different in some sort of way. For example, like Wind Waker. Like aside from the art style itself, Wind Waker, he was a child. But then when you play Breath of the Wild, he's an adult. So there's these different links all over, and it's nice that they have aged him in a sense, so you can get an idea.
Well, it's the same like story thing. Because even when in Ocarina,
time has lapsed.
Because in Ocarina he's a kid, and then he grows up to be the fucking warrior of time.
Yeah.
And then in Majora's Mask, he's still a young Link from Ocarina. But another like example that would kind of make sense, I guess, in terms of like, I guess, showing that time has progressed. Twin Snakes and Sons of Liberty for Metal Gear, right? So Snake's mullet was a lot shorter. Like he had just really, really short hair in Metal Gear Solid 1. In 2, he had a full-on mullet, especially from the intro.
Yeah.
When he came up as Pliskin, his hair was looking fucking luscious, dude. Like, come on. But you know that time passed.
It's so funny you can make that reference.
But you know what I'm saying though, like
Yeah.
it shows the passage of time. It shows like that events happen. It's like still the same storyline, but
even at the end, like when he Old Man Snake, you still get that. Obviously, they have more storyline where he ages more, but you still get that he's the beaten veteran type of thing.
Yeah,
yeah. It's kind of one from those games. Something I forgot what it was. Oh,
hair is a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And facial hair. So, oh man, get Link in a beard. I want to see Link in a beard. How would that work out?
Permanently 10. Fuck you mean?
So go back to
get CDI Link with a beard.
CDI Link.
Do I get a kiss?
No,
Shit.
not with them whiskers. Yeah.
So
Oh
I was
Peach
trying to
Fuzz all
ask,
the way.
what do you guys think about that Contraband game?
Huh?
Obviously, they didn't show
It
Contraband.
was only a title trailer for
Yeah.
it, but from what I understand, it's an open world co-op heist game, and I'm
Yeah,
very
which sounds
interested with that.
made
What
by
that
the
is?
people who did Just Cause.
Yes.
So
Open
you know
world.
you're jumping out of a fucking airplane and landing on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I am interested in what that game is. So I really hate
Yeah.
when developers only release like a title and that's it. Like not
Yeah,
even
like
a
Mr. Prime
CGI.
4.
I hate CGI in general
Yeah, the
for a
Metro Prime
trailer.
4 was the worst
But
because
yeah,
I didn't. The Metro Prime was bad because I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. I thought
um,
that they were saying that this Dread game was Metro 4. That's why
no,
I was confused
No.
because it
no,
popped
There's
up
two
so
separate series.
brief.
As we
I
yeah,
know, but it popped up so briefly that I thought that's what they were talking about
yeah,
before they started getting into the Prime into the Dread. That's why I asked you guys. Wait, I'm a little confused here.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad.
I don't like when people release CGI trailers because it doesn't get me hyped for a game. I mean, with exception to sometimes for some things if it's done right. For example, like Redfall. Like Redfall, I'm excited for, and we don't even know what the gameplay is like, or even actually no, lies, sorry, Redfall, for example. But yeah, I don't like those type of things. So
But here's the
hear
thing.
the premise of Contraband sounds very interesting. So
Yeah,
I'm pissed off that they didn't show more.
yeah, I agree. But here's the thing. Almost because of the COVID or whatever they're blaming on,
Hmm.
um, almost the ones that everybody keeps saying that Xbox won this year E3, right? And I kind of agree, but
I agree.
not because of the games. But I don't think it's because of the games that they
Okay.
showed. Because all the games that they showed, like 90% of them were video, like you said, they're they're really trailers. They're not actual gameplay. They're all
speak.
CGI trailers.
Hmm.
You know, like you name off all the games that they showed. Even like with Forza and shit, um it was all CGI trailers. You know,
I would
Starfield.
probably say yeah, you're right. About 50% of the games that are exclusive for Xbox are just CGI trailers. Yeah.
But the reason why I think Xbox won, which I don't know how the fuck they're doing this, or if maybe they're promoting it, but I don't know. But the Xbox Game Pass,
Yeah.
the Xbox Game Pass is actually what is winning them right now because
Yeah.
all those fucking games, like I can read the list. I have the list right here. The first three games are who cares, but after that it just goes nuts. The first is 12 minutes. I'm not sure what that is. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Again, don't care. But then it goes Age of Empires,
What?
Atomic Heart.
Flight simulator? You know
Yeah,
what a crash
exactly.
plane?
That's
So,
Kev's game.
but
That's Kev's game right there.
so
Go ahead, Danny.
Age of Empires 4, Atomic Heart, Back for Blood, Contraband, the something Chronicle. I can't pronounce that thing he was talking about. Forza,
Heroes.
Psychonauts 2, Redfall,
Wait, Psychonauts
Replica.
2 is not Xbox exclusive.
Exclusive. Mm-mm.
It's going on a Game Pass though.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about
All
exclusives.
this,
Go ahead.
no,
Go
no.
ahead.
This is all just stuff that's going on their Game Pass, which
Okay.
is that and from this year to next year, which I think is phenomenal. You know,
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2, Redfall, Replace, Stalkers 2, Scorn, Shredders, Slime
Oh,
Rancher,
one's finally
Starfield,
coming out.
Descendant, yeah, The Outer World 2, and Yakuza already came out today. But all those games being played for $10 a month, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
So
if you think about how like when these games actually come out, by the time you're done with one of these games, you're gonna have a new fucking game to play that you don't have to waste $50 on.
I am definitely
So
getting into
they're the
Game
winners
Pass.
because of that.
I am definitely
Well,
getting
we
the
get an
Game
Xbox
Pass
first.
once I do get an Xbox, I'm getting the Game Pass for sure. Because also like I do have a list of specifically Xbox exclusive games. This is not all of them,
Yeah.
obviously, but Atomic Heart, Starfield,
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite, Bright Memory, Fable 4, Senua Saga,
Wait.
Arc 2, Stalker 2, State of Decay 3, big franchise. I'm not a fan of it, but it's still a big franchise. Perfect Dark, Scorn, like you said, Sea of Thieves, Redfall, Outworlds 2, and Contraband. Like, Xbox got this shit next year.
Okay.
Crazy.
I agree.
All right, so I'm gonna have to strongly disagree and say that Nintendo won this year, mainly because even though
Okay.
you have to
I need to hear this.
Okay, so even though you have to pay for these games, the games that are coming out for Nintendo, so now they're taking Nintendo serious because we have Shin Megami Tensei, we have all the Danganronpas coming, and plus more games. Fatal Frame, like I'm like all these games that I you see what I mean? Like
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
WarioWare.
Warrior.
Yeah, no, WarioWare is
yeah,
good, but
yeah.
the thing is that everything else is super fucking niche. Fucking Shin Megami Tensei, not everyone's
Megami
into
Tensei.
that.
Yeah.
But
Danganronpa
everybody,
or whatever the fuck it is, I
So-
personally hate the art style. It's not a game that I would ever fucking
but
play.
I'm even
So that's like,
Danganronpa?
yeah.
Danganronpa.
Okay,
It's
so-
one of those that it's
so
like I can't say I'm excited for that. I would say that fucking what is it? The Xbox definitely has more. Fable 4, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Scorn
But
has
my-
been
but
been
my-
talked
but
about
my-
for how long now?
10 years?
My thing is with that
And-
whole Xbox thing, the Xbox Pass felt like if it was only Xbox, I would have said Xbox got that. But they're like most of the games that are going to the Xbox store are going to Steam. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
but-
I, like
yeah,
No,
but
but
you gotta
the
look at-
point of the
you have to
Xbox
look at-
but that's
Pass
what-
is a
that's
sub.
what I'm
It's
saying.
basically PlayStation Now.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's going to Steam. So I feel like it's like you can compare, you can add all the games that are on Steam, like Atomic Heart and everything that Xbox is getting on Steam as well. And it's like that's like saying Xbox and Steam won this year because they're
No, but Steam
they're
is still
on there.
retail price. The point that they're trying to make is that the Game Pass, what is it, $10 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 bucks a month. You get all these fucking games that you could
Mhm.
play that you don't have to pay
You
50
can
bucks for.
play every single
Yeah.
one of them at the same
The-
time and not pay a
Psychonauts,
cent.
Atomic Heart, and
And
Scorn
it's-
all at once. Give me
Yeah.
that.
And that's why they won, because again, obviously they're not going to be on day one launch Game Pass. Fine,
Yeah.
they'll probably be an episode, but
Yeah, of
but
course.
if you're just purely playing games that are on the Game Pass, by the time you're done for the month, like I don't play that many games, so by the time I'm done for the month, I'm getting a new fucking game next month, and I'm gonna play, so I can play my fucking PS4 games, 5 games in between, and then look, I got a new Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass for free. Wait, with $10, I don't have to pay a full fucking price to play Halo. Like, come on.
Shin
that's-
but are-
Shin Megami Tensei is very, very niche. Like, I'm a huge fan of Persona, and I'm not a fan of Shin Megami Tensei. Like, they're two very different games, even though they're kind of in the same world or kind of in the same field of gameplay in a sense.
It's the same world, but
same
one's
different
darker than the other.
Yeah,
One's
But
harder.
like to me, the soundtrack for what is it? Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. That Nocturne has a really good fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds like just like screeching in your ear, it's really satisfying. Honestly,
I don't know.
It's a rough soundtrack, but it's really good.
My thing is especially with the pass, it's like you have to buy another console. Which, if you're okay with that, that's fine. But for me, it's like I have to buy another console to enjoy these games.
So it's different for
Well,
you
yeah,
because
but-
you already
yeah,
have a
but-
Switch. You already have a Switch,
Yeah.
but you don't have an
Yeah.
Xbox.
But that's
So if I-
and that's the reason. Like, if you think about it, if you have none of them, you trying to decide which one you want, and you watch this E3, you would have bought. Chances good you buy an Xbox, and that's why they're saying Xbox One. You know, Xbox put out the more flashy games, the more game. People are way more excited about the games that are coming out than overall than Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo has the 3 games that people want to play: the Breath of the Wild, the Metroid,
The 3
and then whatever your
I-
random niche game is, because that is how it is kind of set up right now. It's you're gonna play those 2 main games, and then you're gonna have whatever you're into. You know, whether it's JRPG or fucking, you know, the family Mario Party game or the Smash
fucking
add-on,
Mario
whatever.
Party.
But chances are very good is a lot of the people, not overall obviously, but the people who are playing the Mario, who are super into the Mario Party, aren't going to be super into fucking Shogun Country, you know, because that's not their thing. Where a lot of the Xbox games, if you're into any one of those games, you're probably going to want the rest of them. And then again, fucking Game Pass, the Game Pass one, to get $10 a month, You
Yeah.
can't
But
beat
is
that
it?
for those games.
But is it worth getting the? So you're saying the Game Pass told you you're going to get.
So
an Xbox.
you
That's
always
what I'm
you always got to look at it this way when it comes to the system. When
Mhm.
you're buying a system, it's an investment. You're buying a
Mhm.
system, you're gonna have it from the next 5 to 10 years.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you always have a game to play every couple of months for that system. So like yeah, you could look at it as yeah, you're spending $500-600 at once and you may not play it. But if you're finding a lot of games that you do want to play for it within the next 2 to 3 years, you should be investing in that system because you are going to be using it and you're going to make use of it. You're going to make use of it.
That's the issue. Like if I get an Xbox, I'm going to feel like I have two computers for no reason. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's the same way I feel. So
Yes.
it's
So
like
you'd rather
Yeah.
play it on
that's what
PC.
I'd rather play it on, and it's not to be like, oh, I understand that the Game Pass is more. It's like it's more beneficial, but I can
Mhm.
just get the Game Pass on my computer, and it's the same thing as if I have an Xbox. So
But I do agree with you with that on that end. 'Cause if you do have, because Microsoft puts all their games out onto PC as well,
yeah.
you can't really compete with that. So,
Yeah.
but
Everything
there's
else,
but like Halo and stuff, like you're not playing Halo on Steam, are you?
no.
Halo's pretty popular on PC though.
But Halo,
Yeah, it
but,
is.
Didn't
I
Halo
said that,
start on
It is.
PC?
No.
but Halo will be a. But Halo
Comet
kinda
Evolved
like,
wasn't on PC first.
Wait, what was that?
What was
I
that?
said, wasn't Comet Evolved on PC first? Like,
No.
I think so.
no?
It was on Xbox first, and they released it. I believe it was the same year, but no, it definitely, regardless, definitely did not come out first for PC.
Okay, no. I see it. 2001 Xbox, 2003 PC. Gotcha.
Oh, so
Oh,
it wasn't the
so
same year. Okay,
No,
Yeah.
it was 2 years after.
yeah,
Okay.
It's weird though because I
But-
saw Halo like the first time that I ever got introduced to Halo, like the first one
was PC.
was on PC, not
Because
for
the thing
Xbox.
is, granted, it was more popular on PC. Any first-person shooter is more popular on PC just because of the controls. It's always so much
because you
easier
have
to
full range
control.
fucking view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Overwatch on console sucked dick, honestly.
It's
Hate
I
it.
agree.
everywhere. It doesn't
I
matter.
agree. Compared to PC,
no,
yes, it does.
Overwatch was like kind of dick overall, but like I would much
Yeah.
rather be able to aim freely with a
Yeah.
first person shooter as opposed to just like, oh, now I have to track it with a fucking analog stick because it's very different because you have to like really look at like the sensitivity settings
You
on your
have to
shit.
adjust the sensitivity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the aspect of this conversation, it's 3v1. Xbox wins, but I still agree to disagree.
That's
how
okay.
that's how I do it.
That's
It-
okay.
that's how
It's
it
a personal opinion. The way that you explained it, it made sense. So
Yeah.
It does again. It does make sense because if you do have a souped up fucking
Computer.
a good
It-
computer,
steroid PC.
then you
It
can
defeats the purpose
yeah.
of getting a new system. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
and then
that's
it-
what I was looking at.
So all these games are coming out, but that's for anything. I mean, PC has always been known to be way better than any of the consoles anyway. It's always has.
Mhm.
That's
I feel like
never been a question. The question is, out of the console wars, which one's going to be better?
Yeah.
But it's also surprising that if you think about it, they don't make games exclusively really for PC because you make more money on.
Not anymore, anyways. Back in the
They
90s,
used
they
to.
did.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how World of Warcraft all that shit came out. But
Mhm.
you know I
yeah,
thought that
Diablo.
my fault for cutting you off. I thought Atomic Heart was gonna be PC, and then I saw it on Xbox, and I was like, "Oh, smoke! That's it. We don't get no classic."
You know, to be honest, Atomic Heart was one of those games where I didn't know if it was going to be exclusive or multi-platform because I don't think they really had a proper publisher. Like they
No.
really just put out, the developers themselves. I don't
They
know
just
what
had
their names
assets.
are. They just put out whatever they had created. They just put their assets out there to see who would bite and to see if they could go multi-platform or specific. And it just turned out that Microsoft it got Microsoft's attention and they bought the exclusive rights to it, and it looks fucking crazy.
You know,
It's weird.
Atomic Heart is coming
It's
out.
terrifying.
You know, Atomic Heart is coming on everything, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's Xbox
Yeah, it
exclusive.
is.
It's
No, it's
Xbox
not.
exclusive.
I'm looking at it right now. It's just PlayStation, Xbox.
No, it's coming out for everything, Papa.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
Atomic
think
Heart's
it's
not.
coming to Switch. I don't think it's Switch, is it?
No,
I don't think the Switch can handle it.
That
No,
this
not
would
at all.
blow up.
No,
The Switch
listen,
would-
I just-
Switch. No.
I
just-
read
I
that
just
it
thought
was
that
I read that it was exclusive.
You
And
read
I
wrong.
Exclusive
that-
to
Yeah.
everything.
Exclusive to
Exclusive.
everything.
Listen, I saw that
Oh,
Ninja
I did
Gaiden
not
was
know
on
I
the
could do
on the
this.
Atomic Heart
Switch,
is
and
clearly for the streets.
it's
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I was wrong then. But yeah, I mean, Atomic Heart still looks good though. Like I'll still play it,
Yeah.
and even more so, even more so a reason that I'll play it on my PlayStation. I'll get it on my PlayStation then. Uh, but there's still a lot of
Xbox
stuff
being
on
lying.
Xbox that's still. What do you mean?
nah, because they said it just says Xbox official trailer of Atomic Heart. I'm like, I know that's the
As if
trailer,
it
but
was
they
exclusive for
But,
them?
but that's the thing that people got confused as well.
Yeah,
Is that a lot of it because PlayStation wasn't there, a lot of Xbox and things like that were able
Very
to go.
true.
This is what's coming out on Xbox, not
So-
this is what's
but they
coming out
never
on
said it
Xbox.
was
They
one on a
exclusive.
They
technicality.
purposely didn't say that because they don't want to promote obviously PlayStation. They're only promoting their shit. They
Yeah,
promote
like-
PC and they'll say PC
like,
and Xbox.
like Kakarot. Kakarot's on Switch, and
Mhm.
then they added features that they didn't add to the
Yeah.
PlayStation. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but this is not a Switch exclusive. And second of all, it's gonna run like shit. So
Yeah.
I was like, don't.
Did you
And-
get to
and
play
third of all,
Kakarot?
I was like,
Kakarot is
weird.
just like
I played the shit out of
wild
that
dog
game.
shit.
I was thinking that, and I was thinking of The Witcher 3. I was like, it's gonna run like The Witcher 3. It's
At fucking 480p.
fucking 15 frames per second.
If you look when it first came out.
Everybody could be
But
8-bit
so
for no
a
reason.
quick question for you, Kevin, on the topic
Yeah,
of
what's up?
Kakarot. How did you
Mhm.
feel about Goku's butt plug?
What?
What?
Fucking gross, and I don't know why they
Goku
did
has a
that.
butt plug.
So when you go fishing, he literally grabs the tail and just shoves
That
it back in his
Bulma
ass.
made
He
for
grabs
him,
his
apparently.
tail.
No.
tail,
So
yeah.
Bulma made an artificial tail for him. This is literally like the game's explanation.
Is this canon?
No,
No!
Kakarot is not canon at all.
No.
Kakarot
Okay.
is not canon at all. But his explanation was that for fishing purposes, he used to use his tail as a kid, but because it got
Yeah,
removed
yeah.
after he went full Ozaru,
Mhm.
Bulma ended up fabricating him a fake tail for him to stick up his ass to use to fish.
What
He
about
didn't
Gohan?
say stick up his ass.
Meanwhile,
what
it
about
doesn't say
Gohan
stick up his
didn't
ass.
fish
Where the
racing?
fuck else is it gonna go? Like
Where the
that
tail
hole
going
where
is.
his yeah. Well, you know what?
The hole with his
Oh
tail
my
going.
god.
There is no hole where his tail was. That shit healed. That was Dragon Ball. He was a itty bitty baby boo. He is
Yeah.
a full grown fucking adult.
Same thing
when he met
happened with
Gohan.
Gohan too.
Gohan
Yeah, no,
shoves it
Gohan
up
had his
ass
tail ripped
too?
out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but
chill.
yeah, but
No, but even
Gohan
then, it's
fished
like,
with-
yo, Goku literally dives into the water and like 1v1s the fish in the anime. What are you doing? Shoving something up his own? Like what? What? Banda, you have some explaining to do. Like they got
Bro,
some
that
kinks to
was-
work out.
the first time I fished, I was like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck is this?"
And he
What
pulls
is
it out of his
going on?
pocket with pride, and he goes,
Yo, he just starts shaking his ass. I'm like, Goku, this is not how you have a fishing rod. Every character except for him and Gohan use a fishing rod. I'm like, what's going on here? Just give me a fucking fish rod, please.
You know what was
Be
pretty
normal.
upsetting about the game though?
Everything.
There was no, aside from everything, the combat gripe is that there's no grounded combat. Like you know how in Xenoverse you have grounded and aerial.
Mhm.
Oh, I hated it.
You fly straight to the ground. You never touch the ground. You just float like 3 inches off.
It's all aerial
Yeah.
or
It's
aerial.
all
Just
aerial.
smash the ground and
Yeah,
get back up
basically.
and then, yeah.
I fell out of my element because I was based on Kingdom Hearts 2 ground. So that shit, that shit put me out of my element. I was
All right.
like, why am I flying?
All right, guys. So,
Don't make me start.
are there any other different game trailers, announcements, anything before we move on to the battle royale that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks?
The
Pokemon
Kingdom
Snap
Hearts-
DLC.
the Kingdom
Pokemon
Hearts
Snap.
Union Cross.
Kingdom Hearts what?
Yeah, Union Cross. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm still want to talk about this flight simulator game. What do everybody think about that? I'm for real.
Flight Simulator. The Flight Simulator has been out for the longest time already.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute, bro.
No, it's an expansion to a flight simulator.
Yeah.
but it's been out for the longest time. Like,
Yeah.
who's playing this game? Like,
Oh,
would
you'd
be
be
surprised?
surprised. You will be
fucking
surprised.
ex-Navy guys who get
Some
PCAD if the
people
game's too real? Like,
really like simulator games.
There's
I-
farming simulator.
Yeah.
There's Euro Truck Simulator. There's
Goat
train
Simulator.
simulator. That Goat Simulator doesn't count. You fucking dickhead.
Go
There's obviously Flight Simulator. There's like a lot
Forza,
of
which is
like
a car
sports
simulator.
management games. What?
Yeah,
Forza, which is a car simulator game.
there you go.
I think Gran Turismo is more
Gran
of a, like
Turismo. Yeah, Gran
yeah,
Turismo
Gran
more
Turismo is more
so.
of a
Yeah,
simulator than
Gran
Forza.
Turismo. Yeah,
Gran Turismo is like a next level type of fucking thing. Like Forza is really good, but Gran Turismo is like if you really want to go like full crackhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
what other
It's
simulators you got?
just
Let me go to Steam real quick.
Go ahead, bro. Good
Oh
luck.
my
I'll see you in
God.
like
a
3
farm.
hours.
There's
Like,
farm simulator. I
They
mean,
must
let's
be
go.
cheap
Let's
to
go
make.
old
They
school.
must
Old
be like,
school original is Sim City. Like Sim City is still
Oh, The Sims.
well,
yeah.
Sims are different. Sims are a little bit different. They're not like
The,
the Sims.
the Sims is like a life
Well,
simulator,
Sims is
and
different, but I'm talking
apparently,
about
hold
Sim
on, but
City.
apparently,
Technically, yeah.
hear me
Go
out
ahead.
here. Hear me out here.
Oh, I
Apparently,
didn't see that.
there's plenty of little birdie told me that there's plenty of mods for The Sims
Hmm.
to
Pretty torturous.
dirty mods and also like drug mods and shit like that.
What?
That's
A
what
little
Drug lord?
doity boy said this to me.
I'm. No, okay.
So yeah, the simulator games are definitely interesting. There's tabletop simulator, again, farming.
Wait, what's a
PC simulator?
tabletop simulator?
It's just tabletop games.
So you're making your own tabletop games?
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
get
You
it.
play
You're
them.
playing. You're playing them.
Okay, okay,
You play
okay.
dominoes. You play chess.
Gotcha,
Yo,
gotcha, gotcha.
PC
You were
Puzzle
thinking
simulator.
D&D,
game.
weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
You
I was
got
thinking.
car,
That's what I was
car
thinking.
You was
mechanic
thinking D back in
simulator.
the.
You got car
Car
mechanic.
mechanics.
Yeah, car mechanic simulator 2018, and also it's sought after sequel, car mechanic simulator 2021, with
Oh, where are
over
they at?
4,000 unique parts.
Yo, where
Oh
are they
my
at on
God.
Train Simulator? Is it 2021 yet?
Cooking simulator,
Train
ranch
Simulator.
Okay,
simulator.
okay, all right.
These simulators,
Wait,
these
wait,
simulators.
wait, wait.
My point is that these simulators must be cheap to make, and that's why they're able to do it. They're not
Now,
obviously
But
too
dude,
much
they
now,
sell like
involved
fucking
into it.
hotcakes.
so
Hit
it
with that
depends.
DLC.
So now it depends on the simulator because from a business aspect of it, like I've looked into the stuff like this before. It depends on the type of simulator and how deep you want to go into it, like detailed wise, because flight simulator is literally using satellite photos of realistic. The entire world is mapped out, perfect. So you're flying through
But I
real
heard that the
cities and real
armies,
countries.
but I heard the armies and things like that. They tend to use their simulators in their training.
Yeah, they do.
So that's probably why they put so much money into those things.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Damn
saying.
near government funded.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of the simulators are very very cheaply made because they go for the bare minimum, and some of them are very very detailed and very well thought out, and a lot of money is put into it, such as Flight Simulator, because of whatever it is you're trying to put into it. So like Flight Simulator is one of those games that costs a lot of money to make, and it's still doing very well for itself. Kevin?
Yo, Train Simulators DLC, they're 631 and they start going for like 40 to like $10. About to add this to my cart.
Yeah.
I want to ride.
Wait,
Six hundred and
can you
forty-one
actually
trains.
add all the DLC and just like tell me how much it is, and then tell
sure.
me how much the base game is?
Okay, so the base game is. Are we doing? Oh wait, so base game deluxe edition. Are we doing regular?
Let's just
Regular.
let's just do regular.
Regular.
So regular is $30. All right, and then give me like 5-10 minutes to add all the DLC and see how
Okay.
much it is.
Well,
I can continue
so if there's anything else that anyone wants to talk about for the trailers for E3, anything at all, mention it now
Okay.
before we move
Can
on
we talk about Enda?
So, well, shut up. so after we talk about the E3
That's what
stuff,
it is.
we're gonna finish up with that soon. We're gonna move on to the battle royale thing. What the battle royale stuff is basically, we've been talking for the past couple weeks. We'll pit together one character versus another character, random franchises, different franchises, and see who wins. So towards the
I do want
end,
to talk about there's one thing because you said if you want to talk about it.
yeah,
There's one more game I wanted to talk about, but I'm not actually interested in playing it. I'm interested in seeing somebody play it. And
okay.
it's the Battlefront game. Did you see that shit? It looked crazy.
There's a
Like
new Battlefront.
planes- Yeah, that new Battlefield game.
Oh, Battlefield
Battlefield.
2042.
Right. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Where they had planes and fucking tanks being dropped
Yeah.
down like crazy.
See,
And
again,
fucking
another
in the middle of a
CGI
city.
trailer, so you don't know what's really going on.
No, I've seen they showed gameplay footage.
I didn't see
was
it.
Not
great.
in
It
that,
was great.
yes, in that, and they show, but they actually show they have a gameplay footage later on,
Okay, so I
and the
missed
game
that.
looks fucking crazy. The game looks fucking super crazy. Like there's tons of shit. There's way more people going on, and they're doing all this like environmental type things where desert storms, all these things that fucking attack you, and then once the desert storm gets over you, then you start fighting, and the whole field is fucking because you just got hit with a fucking desert storm. The whole field is fucking filled with sand. It's super insane. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing a good job in
Mhm.
turning.
So you have
this
no
crazy
interest in
epic-
playing it though, but you just want to
Hell
see
no, those fucking games way too hard. I fucking died 2 seconds in. You die 2 seconds in, and you wait fucking 20 minutes to play another
it.
game.
So
Fuck that.
That-
you,
funnily
but the
enough,
thing
that
is
was
that it's
actually
a
a huge,
multiplayer game, though. You have to practice in order to get better.
No. Yes, but also there was I think it was Battlefield 1. One of the old like it was still like after 3 or whatever, but like the point is that it was one of those World War One, World War Two Battlefield games that it had a really shitty spawn system. So
Yeah.
the moment that you died, you would pick wherever the fuck you wanted to go.
And
You
you
went
spawn in
there,
front of somebody.
you would spawn in front of somebody, die, and you would basically spend the entire game fucking gray screened.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was nothing that you could fucking do. And when you finally did get a chance to play, it lasted for like 30, 40 seconds.
That's something that number one, it's easily fixed, and number two, you rarely see it nowadays because they're aware of that type of system or that type of
No,
problem.
yeah, of course. But the thing is that was like, it was a huge problem with it, and it still is, which is why it kind of like tanked. And what didn't they actually say, if you don't like the game, just don't buy it? There was a whole like article on that I found hilarious.
You don't like it, fuck you. Next, know what people do.
That wasn't Battlefield, but I do know what you're talking
No,
about.
it was Battlefield, wasn't it?
No, it was. Oh god damn, I can't remember
If it's
who
Battlefield,
it
I'm fucking you up.
was. It definitely wasn't Battlefield. It wasn't Battlefield, but it was something recent.
Battlefield
that was
V, you motherfucker. Battlefield 5. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
No, then I'm
Yes.
thinking of somebody else. Then there's definitely a different game that the director, I believe it was, or someone from the development team, they said not to buy the game if you don't like it, and people were like, "God damn it!" I'm pretty sure it was an action game. It wasn't a first person shooter. But go ahead. What's your point?
Or what? Oh no, I was talking about the whole fucking like his short-lived experience with it.
Yeah.
He just keep
Well,
on dying.
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
I have not. I don't have this short lived. I have bad experience like Apex, Fortnite, same shit. You know, like all
Because
those
you
games,
barely play it though.
Yes,
You give it a chance for a
yes,
day or
you are
two.
correct. You are correct. I don't have the time to spend fucking hours and fucking training these fucking games so I can last 10 minutes instead of fucking 30 seconds. And then like even when you do like I've seen the games, I've seen people play, and to me they're still very boring. But it's in the field of people who like those simulator games, war
Mhm.
simulator, whatever. Like a lot of the time you spend hiding in a fucking little in a corner waiting for people to come, and you set up traps and all this bullshit. You end up waiting honestly like 5-10 minutes, and then you got like 10 seconds of gameplay, and you either die or you kill somebody, and then that's it, the game over. To me, that's not fun. I like the days because I've been brought up on the days of the original Call of Duty games or Halo and things like that, where you fucking run and gun, PvP, like everybody dies, you respawn, die again, respawn, keep fighting, keep fighting.
It takes
At least
a
you're
lot
constantly
more
having
skill
fun.
nowadays. It takes a lot more skill.
Yes,
Like
it
when it
does.
comes
No,
to
yes,
does.
no, but the thing is that he's talking about like a more balanced respawn system. Because now sometimes it could be a little broken.
But yes,
Some-
but
it-
it's
some-
easily
sometimes.
fixed,
Like,
and
some
nowadays
of these
it's not
games-
that prevalent.
Okay, guys,
Like, when I
What
played
what
Apex,
what was
it the
Kevin's
same
what
thing.
was Kevin's thing?
His task was to
Yeah,
get all the
his
fucking
task.
DLC.
Okay, so guys, news update. So we just found out breaking news. All the DLC for Train Simulator, it's $500,000,
Suck my
$21,999.63.
That's for one person. Okay, how much was it again?
$500,000, $21,909.63. That is for
Wow.
every DLC. And then for all the DLC for Train Simulator 2021 is $9,000.
And again, this is off of one person buying everything collectively or at once. Now imagine how many fucking people are playing these things like straight fucking crack addicts.
Well, you gotta think of the same
Oh.
aspect goes for like League of Legends. I mean,
Oh
how
no,
many
no, for sure. Like
how many
I'm guilty of
characters are
spending like so much fucking RP on that shit for skins. Like,
me
yo,
too? Well,
fucking
not skin.
18 to like 20-year-old Randy was financially irresponsible.
What, like a year
I'll be
ago?
honest. But them skins look
Last
fucking
year?
nice. Bitch, that was like 4 years ago. But any
but
whore,
but I agree
Oh,
though. But I
man.
agree that I am very like if somebody like was to look at my I won't say too loud, my wife right now.
no,
all
no,
these
tell her, let her know,
all
let her
these
know.
years
Come in, Jackie.
and how much
Be like, yo,
money you
baby, let me tell you
spend.
how much I spent.
But like if they did that for like not just anybody, it's a lot of fucking money because it's like $20 here, $10 there. You know what I
It
mean?
adds
Yeah,
up.
it might
It
be
definitely
monthly
adds
or
up.
whatever, but you've been playing this the same fucking game for what 20 years now? This game's been out. How long is this game? Not that long. Probably 10 years now.
League?
This game's been out. The
League?
League of Legends.
Oh,
Yeah.
League's been out since I was in fucking, I'd say middle school, if anything.
So like 4 years
It's
ago.
been
I
out
don't know
for
how
like
that
10,
is.
shut the fuck up. It's been out for like definitely like 10 years at most.
So
At
it's
least.
10 years, but and they
Let me
constantly had
check.
new characters, new
Nope.
skins. You know, every few
2009?
months.
2009?
11 years.
No,
Actually, 12, right?
no. In October it's 12 years. As of now, it's 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah, they're going on
Jesus
12 years, but
fucking-
still, that's a long time. And if that money for everybody is not just us, that's a super popular game. That's how they make this huge money. That's where they get into Evo and those crazy shit. But like these simulators, I can see it. Even if you only have like 100,000 people who like these fucking simulator games, that's all you need.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay.
look at you got one person to do that. You gotta have $1 million.
We're gonna cut it off at that point.
And he's sick of the
Like-
simulators.
No, it's not even just that because we're about to hit 2 hours, so I want to move on. I already mentioned if you guys had anything else to mention about E3 stuff, and so we're already gone and buy that because we already got into a tangent about simulators and now fucking
Well, it came
League of
from
Legends and shit like that.
So
Yeah.
Battlefield game, it looks fucking great.
So yeah,
I'm not playing it, but it looks
Battlefield does look good. I would probably give it a chance, maybe because I'm on the same boat as you when it comes to like I don't want to put too much time into a multiplayer shooter like that, like Call of Duty or Battlefield. But we'll see about that. So